Welcome to the Kilter podcast, episode 8.
Hey. I see we changed the intro a little bit up there.
Only for this episode.
I mean, it sounded a little better if you ask me.
Well, I'm not asking you.
All right. You never asked my opinion.
Okay, your.
What?
Your?
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 Your. Oh, yeah.
Eeyore.
I'm so sad.
I've never seen that movie.
Eeyore. That's not a movie.
The movie he's in. The movie he's in.
Winnie the Pooh?
Is he in Winnie the Pooh?
Yes.
I don't remember anything from
Eeyore?
Winnie the Pooh, to be honest. I know that I watched it.
I don't know what movie he's in.
There's a Winnie the Pooh movie, I'm sure.
Yeah, but that's cheating.
It's not
You can't
cheating.
be like, man, I can't believe I didn't know Ron Weasley was in Harry Potter. It's like, yeah, it was a book. And that's like saying I never saw the movie. It's like, that's technically right, but that doesn't count. You know?
I only watched the first Harry Potter movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I read all the books in like 3rd grade.
I watched the first movie and I read the first book.
That's like the most boring one. You got to read like the 4th one.
The 4th one?
Yeah,
I'm not.
like the Goblet of Fire, man.
I'm not gonna read.
Dude, it's good though, and like Hagrid is the best. And
I don't know. I don't like J.K. Rowling, so.
Oh, is it because she said Dumbledore?
She also tried to say Hermione was black.
What?
She tried to. I think that's what it was.
Is it because she has curly hair?
She tried to say Hermione was black, but then she forgot that in the book she explicitly stated she was white.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Hermione was white.
It said something about like her soft, pale skin or something.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah.
one of the
pale
passages.
black girl. I figured it was gonna be like since they had what was her name? The actress, Hermione. It's slipping my brain. She's very famous.
Emma Watson?
Watson. I almost said Chamberlain, and I don't even
Emma
know who that is. Emma Watson, right? And like she has very curly hair in that movie. I thought she was gonna be like, well, the actress had curly hair. Maybe she's, I
don't know. J.K. Rowling is kind of whack.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if it was a good book, I don't read.
Yeah.
Like the only time I read is like the Bible.
There's a lot of like discrepancies
Legitimately.
though, between the 4th Harry Potter book and the movie. So like, there's a part where Harry Potter, like it's his whole name. I just say his whole name every time. Harry Potter.
Mr. Harry.
Yeah. Well, Harry goes to throw his name in the Goblet of Fire, and like in the book, after he does it, Dumbledore's like, "Did you throw your name in the Goblet of Fire?" And
I've seen that clip.
It specifically says calmly, and then like in the movie, he's like, "Did you throw your name in the Goblet of Fire?"
Classic.
That is not what happened. I get they want a dramatic, or whatever.
Dramatic effect.
Yeah, I almost said reenactment.
I want attention.
Yeah, dude,
Emotion.
that movie is so weird though.
Never seen
I
it.
forget his name. There's like a Cedric Diggory.
Is that who's that?
It's one of the guys competing in the cup. I think 4 people competed in the cup, the Goblet of Fire.
Sure.
They had like a tourney, and whoever won it was something. I mean, I read this
the
book.
fire, the goblet.
Yeah.
He became the fire.
You had to be like 18 or something to compete, and Harry was like not. He was like 15, but somehow his name got accepted. Because main character, plot armor.
MC.
Yeah.
Of course.
Whoa, I survived this unbeatable attack because I am main character. He like fights a dragon. And he's like, yeah.
I have no idea what happens in the movie.
Yeah.
So
You know what a Death Eater is, right?
no,
What? That is like Harry Potter 101.
I don't know what
like,
it is.
They're like the bad guys.
Well, what are they?
Like Voldemort.
He's a
They're
Death
like
Eater.
his followers are like Death Eaters. I think he might be one too.
What do they look like?
Death Eaters.
Do they look like Voldemort?
They just look people. But a lot of them are like stereotypically evil looking. Like pale. Like a lot of light, dark color mixes, not like colorful.
Mm.
And then like they fire a symbol in the air with their wand, and it's like, it's the Death Eater symbol or something like that.
Like Batman.
Yeah, pretty much.
Batman, but evil.
Yeah.
Got it. So
Harry
Harry Potter is basically like Batman.
Yes, Harry Potter, Harry Potter is interesting. I mean, Batman grew up under the stairs of his mansion.
Did he though? No, he did.
Yeah, that's where Alfred found him. He's like, Alfred, time for Bruce Wayne, time for dinner. Alfred said,
When Alfred said, "Oh yes, Alfred,"
time for dinner, Alfred.
Alfred talks to himself.
I mean, nobody else talked to him.
Nobody else wants to talk to Alfred.
They're like, oh, who's Alfred? Can you imagine, like, walking down the street after, like, a film with your parents, and then they get shot and killed by a burglar? You know, I mean, that'd be the
What a
worst.
great question.
I know. You imagine having a butler, but like his name couldn't be Alfred. That's just cliche. You gotta like.
It could be Danny.
His name would be. I was gonna say Phillips. It has to be like some kind
I
of.
feel
fancy.
like one of the easiest ways to creep people out would be to like, if you're walking behind them and you start talking to yourself.
Well, nowadays most people would be like, "Oh, he has an ear pod in or something." You know, he's listening to.
What if it was like pretty blatant, like
your head shaved?
I can't wait to get home, but I just can't wait.
Oh, I'm gonna remember what this looks like. And it's just something weird like that.
It's been, I don't know.
Yeah. Something kind of creepy today happened at work actually.
Oh,
I'm not gonna use his name because they're gonna find this one random dude with just a first name.
make up a name.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
No. Well, there's somebody named Harry at my store. Remember? That doesn't count.
Oh.
That doesn't.
But
work.
it's not the same.
It's no. He's involved in the story.
Well then,
Michael and Lambert.
Michael and Lambert.
Lambert's the boss. Michael's the former employee who got fired.
Okay.
Michael is coming in to get his last paycheck, but the employer, Lambert, is like, he's not there. So the manager like calls him and she's like, do I just give it to him? You know, because like, he didn't come back and give us his shirt. Right? And the guy, Michael, starts like throwing a fit because he's like, what do you mean I have to give in my shirt to get my paycheck? You can't legally hold my check unless I give you a shirt. It's like, pretty sure we can.
I was about to say can you?
Yeah, because you're holding our property, so
Right.
or whatever. There's some weird legality or whatever. Oops. Well, like, it's this whole thing. Michael's cool with me. I never particularly liked the dude, but there's no like bad blood. Like we don't hate each other. So he kind of leaves. He's like, "See you later, dude." But like he's clearly mad.
Yep.
So
he didn't get his paycheck.
he didn't get his paycheck, right? Lambert calls me like 45 minutes later, in the middle of a rush. But he calls me on the phone, like my phone, personal, not the store one.
Right.
And he's like, hey, if Michael comes back, give him the check. I was like, okay. And then he said, lock the back door. And then he's like, bye. And he hangs up on me.
What?
Like, I just said, yes, sir. And then he hangs up on me. He hung up on me. That he didn't tell me anything else.
Did you try to call him back later?
No, I locked the door. I didn't question it. I was like,
I mean, like, is he saying that, like, Michael's gonna, like...
Michael's kind of unhinged a little bit. So, like, I don't think he would do something, but the fact that he said, lock the door after Michael's coming to get his, you know.
Right. Did Michael come back?
No. But during the shift, I did hear the back door, like, shake a few times, and I got severely uncomfortable. Because, like, it wasn't like a little, like a... And we don't have a knob. It's one of those push ones. You know what I mean?
Right. Do you have a camera in the back that you could have looked at?
Yeah. But I'm not in the back. I'm in the front of the store, and I can hear it shake. So, like, somebody's... On the outside, it's a handle like a D shape.
Mm-hmm.
So you pull on it to open it. On the inside, it's a crossbar.
Right.
And it locks. You lock it by pulling it in, and the little peg does it. So you can only open it from the inside then. I just hear it like it being pulled, and I'm just like, I don't like this. I don't like this. Nobody said anything. It just happened once, or like 2 or 3 times, but like an hour apart. Never saw Michael.
And then Michael was never seen again?
And then right at like 9 o'clock, we hear banging on the door, right? Like loud banging. And we're closed by this point.
Right. On the front door?
Back door.
Back door.
Back door that's locked.
Right.
Yeah. And you're, open the door. But like, I recognized the voice. It was Alex. But like, it was bad timing.
It just
like,
freaked you out.
I was like, what is this? Like, why are you here? I need to throw away some trash. I was like, the dumpster's outside, isn't it? And he's like, I need the key. I was like, no, you don't. He's just like, why you gotta be like this, man? You scared the crap out of us. He's like, what happened? And then he just explained the whole thing to him. He's like, and you still open the door for me? Let me see you. But I did not like that. Like, you could have called for your boss that says that. You're uncomfortable the rest of the shift. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, that was, no, Lambert.
Reminds me like the Five Nights at Freddy's phone guy.
Yeah. Hello? Hello?
So this your new job. You're gonna be watching this. Don't worry. Just make sure everything's locked.
Yeah, just check the cameras every once in a while. You know, a lot of stuff seems to happen, especially when you aren't paying attention. Just like, don't blink.
Ever.
Ever. And then you're like, you walk through the building and hear, and like one of the little discovery noises, like when you see something. I can't make the noise. Like,
I don't know what noise you're talking about.
When they're in the doorway and you hit the door light.
Oh.
The whoo noise.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Ooh. I'm not a big fan of actual scary, just because I find them boring.
Right.
I'm a fan of cheesy scary.
Like
The second Michael Myers movie.
I don't know if I've ever like watched a whole Michael Myers movie.
Dude, they're so stupid, but that's what makes them funny. I
watched a couple of the Freddy Krueger movies.
Oh yeah, I watched the first one of all three at least, like the three like scary movies like Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street,
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I've watched one of each at least, and a little bit. I think I've watched 4 of each actually, because me and a friend named Ryan.
Pork Ryan.
No, well yeah, that guy. Yeah. I think you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've actually told you about this guy before, and you made the same joke.
Oh, that's his real name?
Yeah, it's Ryan.
I thought you were making up a name.
R-U-Y-N, no.
Oh. Thought you were making up a name.
No, he's fat. So Pork Ryan is appropriate.
Nice.
Yeah. We got bored a few years back, and we just spent the summer watching scary movies.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Halloween tends to have the most funny things, like unintentionally funny.
Right.
Nightmare on Elm Street was intentionally funny. And then Friday the 13th wasn't really... Friday the 13th was also accidentally funny.
Right.
Like, Freddy Krueger's just hilarious to me, and I don't know why. Like, the old ones, like, he just pops out of, like, a wall and he's like, what's up?
Yeah.
Word.
It's interesting personality. Dude, the Froggy Fresh lore...
Froggy Fresh
involves all 3 of those characters.
Really?
Yeah, as Michael Myers.
Marco Wires?
No, Mike Myers.
You said
I said
Marco Wires.
I did not.
Yes,
I said
you did.
Michael Myers.
We could,
I'll play the audio clip back.
yeah, we can get Daddy to do that later. I could have sworn you said Marco Wires. I was like,
Insert audio clip. I said Michael Myers.
no. Michael Myers.
Oh, I could drag and drop it.
I know, but it'll sound... You can or Danny can?
Danny can. The Danny man can.
You were saying?
Anyway, the Froggy Fresh lore has all 3 of the characters. As Michael Myers, as Freddy Krueger, and as Jason. Froggy Fresh is a masterpiece, but unfortunately, the project was never finished.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had. I never really liked him too much, but he had a couple good songs.
I loved him.
Why is James crying?
I'm not gonna answer.
I just want to know, Wesley.
You have to Google it.
Okay. But
now the guy makes serious music and like
it's not as good.
Not near as good.
Michael Myers though. One more thing. The second movie, my absolute favorite thing that came out of any of those movies is when Laurie Strode, that's her name, Laurie Strode, locks herself in the hospital building, like near the middle of the movie, I think. She locks the door, runs to the other side of the hall, and like looks at it like, is he gonna get through the door? And like, instead of doing what any normal person would have done, like pull the door handle, he doesn't even try. It's a glass door. He just walks through it and shatters the whole thing. So it's just like the sheer amount of like audacity. It made it so funny because it's like, I've locked the door. He's not getting in now, and he just
walks through the door.
He doesn't even like throw his arms out to crash or anything. It's like he's like this, his arms straight by his sides. It just goes, just walks straight through it. I don't know. It was supposed to be intimidating, but it was hilarious. Or in the first movie, there's Sam Loomis. You know what I'm talking about? Sheriff, I think. Deputy. He's after Michael Myers. He's the police officer.
Okay.
Or the sheriff
yeah.
guy. He chases him down, and he's like, he blatantly opens his gun, right? And you see the 5 bullets in it.
Mm-hmm.
The man shoots 9 times without reloading, like in a row
Nice.
in the scene. He goes bang, 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 bang. I literally rewound the movie and counted because I was curious. Like, it's looking at him the whole time. He doesn't reload. He doesn't stop. He just keeps shooting. It's like,
Amazing.
dude, the magic guns.
Doesn't like Freddy? I mean, not Freddy. Jason in a later movie, like he dies, but then gets like his grave gets like electrocuted, and he comes back to life.
Yeah, and I think there's another one where Jason goes to hell.
I believe it.
I think it's like the 6th movie.
Does he like fight there?
I don't know. I've never seen that one. I think there's Jason in space. No, it's Michael Myers in space. Somebody goes to space. One of the big 3. The big 3.
The big 3.
I mean, it's what they are. I feel like that was a weird noise. I know Chucky. I've never seen Chucky. I hear it's good.
I don't think it's good.
Really?
I've heard that it's bad. I haven't seen all of it.
Well, I mean, I hear it's like bad good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like weird.
So bad it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, those are my favorite kinds of movies, though. The terrible, funny ones.
I mean, good movies are nice sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, that's how I feel about Adam Sandler movies. Most of them are pretty bad, and that's what makes them good.
Speaking of Adam Sandler,
this was an intentional segue.
I don't know what I was gonna say after speaking of Adam Sandler. I was gonna say a joke about your dad.
I mean, my dad really does like Adam Sandler.
Like,
He
obsessed maybe.
He doesn't watch it as much as he used to.
He's quit Adam Sandler.
I think he quit. I think he went to rehab.
Now he's Adam sober.
You know what? I'll give you that. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
Mr. Deeds. You ever seen Mr. Deeds?
No.
It's a good one. I don't remember the main plot. All I know is I think he pretends to be rich. Or is rich. And he goes to his place all the time. And he meets a reporter. And he's trying to prove himself to her.
Okay.
To date, marry her, or whatever. But he has a messed up foot. And that's like part of the plot of the movie. He walks on it fine. It's just solid black.
Oh.
Like crusted over. Like,
but it works fine.
It's like dead.
But it works fine?
It works fine, but it's dead. Like, he can't move his toes and stuff, but he can walk on it. Right? And he walks normally. And that's it's part of the plot. Like, It's important. So he messes with the doorman, the elevator guy, like the guy who sits in there. He's like, "Hey, I want to see a party trick?" And he pulls out a fire poker and stabs it straight through his foot. He's like, "Didn't even hurt one bit."
Oh my gosh.
But here's the like, as disgusting as that sounds like a random joke, right?
Right.
It was, till later in the movie. The girl he's with falls through an ice rink and can't get out.
Falls into a what?
Like a lake or like an ice rink that's frozen over.
Right.
So she falls through and like can't get out somehow. I don't remember what happens. But somebody's in an ice rink or lake or something. And he's like, "Oh crap, what will I do?" And he takes off his shoe and it's the Blackfoot, right? And he stomps on the ice and pushes it straight through and uses that to like break it out and pull somebody out. He used the foot as a plot point in the movie.
That sounds gross.
No, it's not like bloody or anything. It's just
I know, just the thought of it.
Yeah. Oh no,
Dude, speaking of like stabbing yourself.
What?
I've seen like illusionists and stuff that they take like long metal like rods / needles that are really thin, and they'll slowly build up scar tissue.
Oh.
Where they can take like a needle and like poke it through their hand, with the scar tissue. Like I've seen guys like do it with their cheek.
I hate that.
And like even I saw one like do that his whole arm. Like he like.
I hate that. Stop.
It's crazy, and like you're literally tunneling out scar tissue.
I know. It's so like, why would you do that?
It's supposedly like.
I imagine it tickles.
Native American tribes used to do that too.
Like it has to hurt at first, but then like afterwards.
Well, after you've done the whole thing.
Like it would. Ew. Would it be like having a Q-tip in your nose? Like you put it too far up and it's like hee hee.
I think it would be like ow ow.
No, I mean like after this tissue.
I
hate that. Like it makes me uncomfortable to even think about. It reminds me of when I cut open my wrist.
Oh yeah, and the glass.
Yeah, oh yeah, the glass that bit back. It was like, you're trying to break me and take me out of the window, I break you. And then it left a permanent scar on my wrist. I remember telling my boss, I was like, "Hey, I'm fine." I was like, "It's gonna stop."
It didn't.
So I walked into the kitchen of the house we were fixing. Not ours, by the way. This was a homeowner's house that wasn't there. So I walk inside, stick my wrist under the sink. The skin flap, that was my skin, pulls back. Like, it flipped like a lid on a, like a, you know, like a tube, right? You kind of pull the little thing on the top. It goes, you know. It flipped completely back. And I was like, wow, that blood isn't stopping.
This looks bad.
Yeah, so you know what I did? I got a little bit of paper towel and some electrical tape. Grabbed a Mountain Dew that I had conveniently with me. Wrapped my wrist up. Drank the drink to give me some little more sugar in my blood.
Yeah.
Hopefully to help get a little bit more. It's not too good, but it's better than nothing. So I drank the crap out of that real quick. And drove myself to a Medicare at 8 in the morning.
Said I have a problem.
Yeah, it's like, I was literally the first person. I was trying to say patient person.
Yeah.
Patient of the day. And when I got there, the doctor was like, really? This early? He was like disappointed in me.
He should be.
It was Dr. Bobo. You heard of that guy?
No, but does he have a lot of bags?
No. What? I don't even get that joke.
This is Bilbo Baggins.
Oh. That man's intense. Bobo. Like,
how can your name be Bobo and you be described as intense?
He's like 6'4". And like,
hello, I'm Bobo.
no, just Bobo, not Bilbo.
I said Bobo.
Okay. Bobo works as a prison doctor outside of his practice. And like, if they fight him, he beats up the prisoners and wins. Bobo's huge.
Nobody messes with Bobo.
Bobo was helping a kid that he thought got abused by his dad. Like, he looked at the way the kid was hurt and figured out that the kid was abused by his dad, and the dad was in the room, so he picked him up by the neck. Bobo's strong. He scares me.
Nobody messes with Bobo.
Nobody messes with Bobo. Point being, Bobo was like, what the heck, man?
One time I was working on a barbed wire fence, and I was torquing the wrench, and I lodged my thumb on a barb.
That felt good, didn't it?
And I had to like actively
Got
like
stuck, right?
like get it out. It was nice.
I still remember what I did after I got out of the doctor's
Medicare.
office. Yeah, the Medicare. I don't remember what we called her. I think it was Juliet.
It definitely wasn't, but we can.
It was something like that. It
Yeah.
started with a J.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I called her the person who normally sleeps till 11 in the morning. She's like, why are you calling me? What has happened? I was like, so I just cut myself. I said something like that, and I was like, in hindsight, I should have worded that so much better.
Yeah, probably.
And I just took a picture of my wrist and sent it to her, and she's like, my boyfriend is stupid.
It's true.
Hey. There's a lot of weird things that come out of stupid things I've done. I need to do more stupid things, though, while I'm young. Because I need stories to talk about when I'm older. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's a good logic
No,
to
it's
go
perfect
by.
logic. Like, I don't have the same kind of stories my father does. You know what I mean?
I mean, my dad's stories, like, consist of him chipping a tooth and then beating up his twin.
What? I know my dad was... I don't know if you want to tell me that. Or
If you want to tell me that.
I don't know if he wanted me to tell that.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. But one of the things he did was he got so mad at his motorcycle chain for getting stuck all the time that he pulled it to the top of a hill in the neighborhood that he used to live in, and then pushed it down and let it go straight into the lake, where he went to go get it like 2-3 days later, and somebody took it.
Nice. Dude, speaking of, like, that makes me think, we have four-wheelers, like my family, and we ride them in Gordo, where a bunch of my other family lives. And one time, this uncle, we'll call him...
Is this Mustache?
No.
Okay.
You don't know this guy.
Okay.
Uncle, we'll call him...
Iro.
Call him...
Iro.
No, Iro's too good of a name.
Oh, okay.
Nobody...
Uzbekistan.
People don't really like this guy.
Oh, okay, then Phil.
Yeah, Uncle Phil.
Wait, but don't you have an Uncle Phil?
No.
Okay, good. I'm
Okay.
thinking of your cousin.
He's not my cousin. But anyway.
What?
Uncle Phil. So my brother's 4-wheeler wouldn't start, and Uncle Phil was gonna push it down a hill. Uncle Phil was gonna push it down a hill so it could jump start it. You know.
I get where he's coming from. That doesn't sound that dumb.
No, it's not. That part is not dumb. But he's running to push it, and like it's a dirt hill, and like he's running to push it, and as it gets going, it starts to get away from him, and he like takes out in a roll, and it's like, like it was amazing. It was a sight to see.
You know, I did do something.
Uncle
stupid.
Phil went down the hill.
Man, wasn't that a thrill?
He really had a big spill.
Oh.
You know the deal. Have you had your fill?
We already. That doesn't count. That's just a different F sound.
You want a supplemental meal?
Yeah. You hear about my brother Neil?
Going in for the keel.
You know, I don't even think I would steal that. Hey,
It's in my wheelhouse.
do you like your steak kind of young? You could have some veal. Anyway, the story I was going.
I really like Creole.
It's not a big deal.
I already said deal.
Oh, well. Anyway, it was a story I wanted to tell Wesley. Was I realized I could have like cut my hand open last week, like severely badly, possibly lost fingers because of something I did and didn't think about it till later.
Yeah, give me the spiel.
I went to my grandmother's house to mow the lawn, and I used a push mower.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother was using the weed eater, and I didn't feel like waiting, and I didn't want to make him cut this huge area because it's kind of like a hill, but it's full of rocks at the same time, so I can't use the push mower too well.
Right.
So my really intelligent self, I wrapped my arms around it, like kind of like this. So my left arm is pulling the bar.
Wait, what?
Okay, so you know how you push mower.
Yeah,
like
you
this?
push more and you have.
Okay,
like-
so I'm on the side of it. Like this is the push mower front.
Mhm.
I'm like this. So I have my hand. Pretend this is the bar,
Mhm.
the one that you pull down.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys. So I have that pulled down, and then my other hand is like this close to the blade. Like if it's spinning, it wouldn't hit me, right? But I
Right.
use it to pick up the bar right next to where the thing is, and I start using it like a weed eater. Like I picked it up and I would like go.
That is extremely stupid.
Yeah, but it worked.
That doesn't mean it's not stupid.
No. I was careful because I realized this could have cut me. Right?
I'm gonna carefully put my hand right next
But
to
I
a
realized
lawnmower blade.
later I was like,
That was
if I
dumb.
had, like fell and cause
That's
this
like
is
a
steep
hand
hill.
gone.
Yeah, I could have like died. I could have bled out.
Yeah.
Like genuinely.
It's like hand gone.
Nobody else was in the backyard. Like I could have bled out from like blood loss by the time they saw me with my head cut off. I mean, I probably would have been loud. They probably would have come running. But my dad can't hear, and my brother has a weed eater going.
Imagine they find your body just like hand
Handless.
cut off due
They're
to
like, "Hey, I need a
lawnmower blade.
hand."
I don't think that would be their first thing they said. That would be something I would say at the funeral. I'd be like, he just really needed a hand.
I feel like I'd wake up in the hospital, and my dad would be like, "Gotta hand it to you. That was stupid." There's something.
It
like
would
that.
be hand funds all day.
Oh yeah.
That would be so great.
You know, there's something wrong with you. I just can't put my finger on it. Guess you can't use index cards anymore.
You still have one. Who's got two Oh wait, never mind.
Not this guy. Was that? You're the one thumb wonder? Oh. Oh no.
I didn't get what that
Dude,
was.
could you use a mouse with like? I guess if my right hand got cut off, I could still play games. Like if I only had the
yeah.
stubs.
Bro.
No, I mean like I didn't mean to say hand. I meant like fingers. So you had stubs. You could probably like push the stubs.
Oh, if you had stubs, then yeah. But I'm saying like, what if like your hand gone?
You could just rebind what the mouse keys would be.
Yeah.
That'd be hard though.
What would you make
Q?
shoot?
Q,
Q?
and then right click would be E.
Bro, what would you use left click and right click for?
I'm thinking like Counter Strike.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
So right click would be E, and Q would be shoot. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
I guess you could do that, and then so if you use the AUG, you could like hit E to scope. Yeah, that'd be hard.
Yeah, that'd be super weird. And then I would have to rebind my Q because I QQ all the time in Counter Strike.
Yeah, here's the real question: what if you wanted to walk left and shoot at the same time?
That's really like.
Oh, you could like
like
you could like
that.
shift your left hand over and have your middle finger be the W.
Yeah, you could. Or you just have a stacked hand.
Yeah. Wait, middle finger is W. Hold on, this is weird.
If you were walking left and shooting, so
Yeah.
you'd shift
Your
A W or shift A Q.
yeah, so your index finger would instead be on the W key.
So you're saying walking forward and to the left and shooting?
Yeah.
I thought you were just saying walking left.
No, I was, you get what I mean. I would just say the whole thing's kind of weird to think about.
Yeah, not having a hand.
Or you could just make Alt or Control shoot, because most of the time you're not gonna walk and shoot. Most
But
of
I
the time,
crouch and shoot all the time.
crouch could be Q.
Crouch.
You
Q.
get- I'm
Q
just
for
kinda-
crouch.
Q is in crouch.
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 I said it like that on purpose. Shift is in shump.
Speaking of games.
Wow. What are your key bindings for
Counter-Strike.
D&D?
D&D doesn't have key bindings?
You could if you play on Roll20, I guess.
Oh, I've never played on Roll20.
I want to.
I didn't know that was... What is Roll20?
Roll20 is just the online version. Like, they have dice and everything. You can make your own maps.
I didn't know that was
I said something to you guys about it before, and you're just like, I don't know how that would work.
Oh.
Like, I said something to it as a group, and Max was like, but I have to learn how to use it. I was like, dude, that is so lazy.
Are there like groups you can join online?
I guess so.
Could
I don't know. I was
I don't
just
know.
thinking. Because
Find a Discord for it.
oh, without a doubt.
We should try it.
I mean, yeah, we got time. But I don't want to. That's time commitment.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Because I have to meet
'Cause
every day or every
Every
week.
day. Oh,
You know.
yeah. Every week's fine.
I know a friend of ours, Craig, I mean. Our friend Craig, but it's a girl. I don't know why I chose Craig. Craig in Ohio.
Are they really in Ohio?
Yeah, actually.
Oh.
She's in Ohio, yeah. Craig. She was talking about how there's a group that meets like every day.
What?
They, like in college.
Oh.
They have time for that. And she was asking me, are they like failing their classes? How do they have time for this?
That's crazy, dude.
Dude, can you imagine the amount of D&D you could play in 1 week? If you played every day.
I don't know if I'd want to play that much D&D.
Yeah, I know. I'd be tired of it. I'd be like, fine, time to go be a Scottish man. Scottish dwarf.
First
gosh.
world problems. Yeah, we haven't played D&D in months.
November.
Not even just because quarantine. Like, we stopped before quarantine.
Yeah, because we got caught up in work and stuff. I think it was like November when we stopped, or December.
Yeah.
It's getting close to holiday season.
Well, it's like the group getting people to like be available on the same day was getting hard, and then we got into Magic.
Yeah, freaking Craig.
Freaking Craig.
That's the person. She played D&D with us.
I know.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay, I was just making sure. Same amount of
Yeah.
letters. Convenient.
Yeah, and I hope that our game store opens back up eventually. Because
Yeah.
I would like to get back into Magic and D&D, but
I'd like to be able to get more into D&D than Magic. I feel like I'm more equipped for that.
equipped.
I don't know. I enjoyed Magic, but I mainly played it to be around you guys.
Right.
Like,
I enjoyed Magic.
it felt like something I would not have fun if I just went there on my own.
Right.
You two. Unless we talked to like Jesus, or John, or whatever his name was.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
guy was cool. Yeah, it's
Dude,
cool.
That guy was neat. He told literally right before quarantine started. He said, "All right, dude, just come back next week, and I'll have a deck list to like help you with that stuff you've been making." He's like, "I'll show you some cards for your discard, not discard, your mill deck."
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh yeah,
never
your
got to go back.
Mill Commander deck. Yeah. That
John
was the
was-
main thing.
John was such a bro.
Yeah, you meet a lot of cool people. I really liked Magic, like the game itself. I think I would have fun if I was by myself, but the meeting people was a really cool part about it.
Nathan, you remember Nathan? Black guy, Waffle House.
Oh yeah,
Nathan was cool.
he
Kinda
only
weird.
came like one time.
It's twice.
Was it twice?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was fun.
he's kind of weird, but he was cool.
I mean, you do meet a lot of weirdos playing games like that,
Look,
but that's like
I'm
expected.
just saying, it was a grown man hanging out with 3 18-year-olds at cookout till like 3 in the morning.
It was cool.
He was cool.
He
but-
knew he was a friend of mine.
friend of. Oh yeah, I know, but like in hindsight, it's a little weird.
I mean, like
He was-
adult. He's like 20 something.
He was like 25, I think.
Sean's pretty old.
Yeah, Sean's like 27. Which
Yeah.
surprised
But
me.
he doesn't look it.
Yeah, I thought Sean was
He looks
like,
22.
Yeah, I thought Sean was like a senior in college, and he's like, "No, I work at UA." I was like,
Yeah.
I work at college.
I am college.
I work for the archaeology department of the college you go to." I was like, "How old are you?" Freaking Sean the sheep over here.
But yeah, I'd like to get back to some of that stuff. That's a good transition into that we don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I cannot leave my house. Like I can, but like,
There's nowhere to go.
yeah, where am I gonna go?
Yeah.
If I go to get food, I just take it home.
And if you go to campus, it's like the seats are spaced out and they have big signs that say "Don't congregate."
I want to talk to people. I like strangers.
Like, I'm an introvert, but like, dang, it's like you can't go anywhere.
I'm a bit of both. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most people are.
You know what I mean. I need to talk to people.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Introversion and extroversion is a spectrum.
We literally have a podcast, so we have an excuse to come over and talk to each other.
I mean, I'd be lying if a lot of the times I just would rather not record a podcast.
Yeah, but like,
But like
we committed.
once I get it started, then I'm like having fun. But
Yeah.
like whenever it's the start of the day and you're like, you want to record a podcast, there's always part of me that's like,
No,
no,
I feel
don't.
that. I know that. I know exactly what you
But
mean.
like
It's
once I'm here and talking, I'm like, I'm good.
yeah, it's like, fine.
But
I'll
like,
talk to Garrett.
The
Gosh.
weird Reddit memes that are like, when your plans get canceled and like everyone's happy about it, like it's usually how my inner spirit feels.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's weird though, because I was such a talkative kid. Like as a kid, I would like talk your head off, like little Wesley.
I don't believe that.
It's true.
This is the man who ate a potato and went silent.
The silent like potato. But yeah, it was weird. Like elementary school Wesley, like super extroverted. Like
Yeah.
would talk to anybody and talk their head off, and then
What
like
happened to you?
and then, I don't know. I died.
Are you a clone?
Yes.
Is this where the meme pops up where it's like, hey, this is actually just me trying to reach out to you during your coma.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how you'll receive this message. Maybe it's through podcast form.
I don't think they would specify that if they were trying to reach me.
You know what I mean? I was just being funny. That would mess me up.
If you woke up right now from a coma,
And it's like,
like the thing we were talking about a few weeks ago. It's like if you woke up right now and it was all a dream.
oh, that would hurt. What if it was all a dream, like after a certain point, but like you actually saw the future?
What do you mean?
Like,
So like it's
like,
all a
let's
dream.
say-
You wake up 10 years ago.
no.
But,
Well, yes, but no. Like, I wasn't thinking that far ahead. I was thinking like maybe a year or two.
Oh, okay.
So like, you and I are in this podcast right now. I wake up. It's junior year. Can you imagine how much that would mess me up? Because I'm in a situation that I'm not in now.
Right.
B,
but like if I woke up, it's freshman year of high school, I would be like, dude, I could speed run this. I could 100%. I could 100% run this high school.
I mean, you could, because you know some of the stupid stuff you know now. You'd be like,
Right.
dude, just take orchestra class every year.
Orchid
Orchestra.
orchestra class.
You could ask them to have a Japanese class. Like,
I wouldn't do
You
that.
could
I would
start
just I would just start just studying Japanese.
well, you would still have your knowledge you didn't know.
Well, then I'd continue studying
Yeah,
Japanese.
I'm just saying.
I would be like amazing at Japanese by now. That'd be so sick.
Yeah, probably the same thing with me. I would, brush. and
Dude, that would be like an extra 4 years of guitar as well. It's just like in stack.
dude, this is
That's like
genius.
free 4 years.
Yes,
Dude.
sign me up.
I
I could repeat
wouldn't
my
want
mistakes.
If I could go back in time, I wouldn't want to though.
I feel
would
like
be
even if you did go back in time, like to a former version of yourself, you'd still make the same mistakes.
I'd be paranoid of changing who I ended up being. And I like who I am.
I assume you keep your knowledge though, so wouldn't you still be the same person?
I'm saying like not that I am me and I'm like transplanted in my body, like I am still me then, I just know what I know now. And
So you'd react differently. Like,
right,
you would know to stay away from
things
person.
and people. But like I that sounds like a good idea, but if I did that, I would be paranoid about if it changing who I am now.
I get what you. No, I understand.
Yeah.
I got it. Like, I know.
So I
completely
wouldn't
what
want to do that.
Yeah. Plus, like, I'm still kind of spastic now, but like, I was way worse 4 years ago. So it makes me wonder if 4 years ago I have the demeanor I do now, like a little bit more relaxed than I used to be, but like more sarcastic, how I would have gotten along with people. Because like we're more confident than we were at that age, like in who we are, I am at least, like I'm more comfortable with who I am. So I wonder how that like confidence would have oozed off at the age of 14. Just be like, wow, this guy's full of himself. Ooh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I would have just been like, I would have started losing weight more aggressively in freshman year.
Yeah, you were a big guy. I forgot.
I was chunk.
Yeah. I weighed less then.
I would have, you know, really got to work on my Japanese and guitar skills more. That's
yeah.
You know,
I would have gone into Mr. Workman's class.
Pretty boring
you
answers.
Like full Japanese sentences by that point, just writing them down and be like, you know.
That is how Japanese sounds.
I mean,
Well, like if I was studying Japanese freshman year, then like I would be near fluent now.
Yeah, assuming you kept it up.
Right. I kept going at the pace I'm going now.
Which is insane to think about, but that's also
It's
4 years.
It's just how time works.
Yeah, time is a crazy thing.
Cruel mistress.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was like, that sounds weird if I just say that with no context. I hate that word, by the way. Like when
time
mistress. When people refer to time.
I know that's not. I know that's not the word you were thinking, but I love doing that to people. Like my youth pastor's wife, we were playing the family-friendly version of Cards Against Humanity. The,
apples.
No, it was actually Cards Against Humanity, Family Edition. It's a thing. It's actually pretty funny, pretty good. But it was like hot air balloon full of farts, and like she goes, "Oh, I hate that word," and I said, "Hot air balloons."
You turd.
One of the best cards on there was like, "How did old Tim die?" And the answer was like a big, and I mean big turtle. And like everybody that card was gold.
That's the best
And
one.
then there was one that was like, "Hey," it's like all the cool kids are doing it. You guys want to try blank? And I had a card that was like Aunt Linda.
No. Aunt Linda. I love the card that's just bees, like with a question mark. That's my favorite. You made me lose my train of thought. We were talking about time, like 4 years back. I wonder, because I know you say you'd go back in time and like just have 4 extra years of like study on the things you enjoy. You're telling me you wouldn't abuse that at all?
Well, I probably would. Like,
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because I was about to say, there's people that you could try to get close to that you weren't close to before. Like,
Oh, yeah, I definitely
really changed time.
Oh yeah, I definitely would do that if I was put back in time. But I'm saying I don't know if I would. Like, if it was a volunteer thing, like, hey, you can go 4 years back. I don't know if I would want to.
Oh yeah.
But if I'm forcefully put there, then yeah, I'm gonna
like
abuse. I'm gonna do.
I think I would make completely different decisions just to see how it goes.
I would make a lot of different decisions.
Like, and it's not that I regret what I've done now. It's just be like a curiosity thing. Like, you go back, you end up dating a different girl for a few years, or
Right.
like instead of going after A, you went after B, and that went just as bad. But like,
Probably the
per-
case.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean. It's just kind of strange to think about.
Yeah. What if you were not a band kid?
I think I would have just died. Like, that's most of the people I talk to were band
Yeah.
kids.
Well, like, what would your social life look like if you never were in band?
I think I would have got along with the popular kids.
I feel like I would, because outside of band, I never was disliked, but I was never like in a clique
That's what I mean.
that wasn't band. I was always just like, hey, it's the guy with the hair. He's cool.
Yeah.
Like I remember in middle school, people used to always tell me, "It's like, man, Wesley, you're just so chill." I was like, I think that's just because you don't really know me.
Yeah. Well, mine's more like I'm annoying, but like
True.
Yeah. Nobody hates me. Like,
Yeah.
well,
Few people hate you.
Few, yeah. Point being, I think I could get along with anybody, and if I had like gone down a different path, I definitely could have been the kid that hangs out with the popular kids, but like the one they think is funny, not
The
just,
hype
like,
man.
Not like the hype man, but just like we keep him around because he's a nut,
Right.
like a pet.
Ah.
That would be me.
Like a parrot.
Yes, and they're like, this guy, he says the funny things. Let's keep him.
Hey Bart, say the line, Bart.
It'd be me and like that girl that's like, I like funny guys. Ah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, you know what I mean. The one that has like issues.
What?
I don't know. I said that being funny for the record.
There's not natural girl that we're referring to.
Yes, there is nobody like this.
Ever.
No, they do not exist. They have good fathers. That
What is
guide
your
them
best
direction.
memory from high school?
I don't know. Like, I'm not even trying to like squeeze out of this one. I genuinely don't know.
Me neither.
Because like, there was no part of like senior year was awful. I hated it.
Honestly, pretty bad.
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
Really? For you? Why'd you hate it?
Oh no, actually, it's 5 out of 10. It was just mediocre.
Mine was a 2. Like, genuinely. I hated my classes. I only enjoyed workman's class.
I didn't like hate anything. I was just my attitude the whole time was like,
Yeah.
I'm ready to be done.
Mine was more like, this is the most alone I've been my entire high school years. I felt like I didn't have as many friends because most of the people I talked to either graduated, were gone, or were her friends, and they felt kind of weird talking to me. So I was just like alone, other than you and Jin.
We could probably text him and he'd be cool with using his name.
I know, but is that
Did you-
racist?
No.
Okay. Jin is a Chinese man. I just couldn't think of a name, so I took kind of like his actual
You still
name.
talk to him pretty often, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
How's he
I
doing?
talk to him every week. at
How's he
least. Yeah, he's all right. He was talking about how he has to do his band classes online. I'm like, how do you play as a group with this?
Is he
And,
going
like,
up to UA?
Yeah, he's doing computer engineering.
What band class is he in?
Yes,
Cool. Cool.
but I pretty much only talked to you two, and like the redhead named. We had a weird name for him last time. I don't keep up with the names.
We'll call him Jamal.
It might have been Jamal. Is the funny
Was
part.
it?
I think so.
I have no idea.
It was
Zero
something
clue.
weird like that.
You're the only person from high school that I talked to.
Yeah. Dang right. I don't know. It's
Not-
pretty much just you, Jin, the person whose name might have been Juliet that we referred to,
Yeah.
and then her sister whose name is Craig.
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 Craig
Craig
the woman.
Craig the woman.
My Craig, you are looking lovely today.
Which is funny because she's not even like manly. It's just
No, not
Craig.
at all.
Not at all. Like,
Hello, Craig.
I wouldn't call her particularly effeminate, but like calling her
Not
manly. is
manly.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Craig.
Yeah, I talked to you from high school, and then the other social interaction I have is like church and work.
What happened to Nate, by the way? He used to be in the you know talk about the trumpet player.
The trumpet player?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't see him at church. Whenever I go.
Oh
there.
yeah, he had kind of been phasing out at Inglewood. I don't know if he goes. I think he goes somewhere else.
You're telling me he doesn't love Jesus anymore.
I think he just goes somewhere else.
If you don't go to the one true church, Inglewood of Christ.
I'm pretty sure he goes somewhere else.
Yeah, I know. I just kid. Yeah. It's kind of weird to like look back on the people we've left, like that are still in high school. Like the rather tall black guy, whose fake name I can't come up with right now.
I have no idea who. you're talking
Johnny.
about. Appleseed.
I almost said Darko, but I don't know. No, that's.
Anyway, what
no,
what
wasn't
about?
that the movie Johnny Darko?
Oh yeah, I think there is a movie. Called
That's what I was thinking of. The one Mr. Barkdahl told us about. Oh, it was Donnie Darko.
Yeah, that was it.
Johnny. Everybody's pretty sure he's gay, but like he won't admit it.
Oh, that's
Like,
what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm 90% sure the kid has a boyfriend now.
Connor Rico. A lot at the gym. He works out at my gym.
I think that's his boyfriend.
Really?
Maybe.
I said his real name right there.
No, you didn't.
Should I
Yeah,
edit that?
let's edit that out.
Danny, can you
I
get on
think-
that for me?
I might be crazy, but like those two have been hanging out a lot, and I know one of them's gay, and I'm 90% sure the other one's gay.
I have no idea that they'd been hanging out. But
You know that fake name for the guy who you just said, actually.
Connor.
I was going to say Rico.
Connor Rico.
Connor Rico. Yeah, Connor Rico is, like, very gay.
I assumed.
No, like, he dated the dude who's... no, like, I'm trying to think of how to... Mr. Grammer, if you will. The one who was a year younger than us. Who smelled like expired mouthwash or, like, horse manure all the time.
That guy was not fun. I like Connor Rico, though. He's cool.
Really?
I mean, I've never, like...
He made me uncomfortable. Not because he's gay, like, just in general.
I mean, all the interactions I've had with him are pretty solid. I told him he was looking good the other day because he's been working out.
Nice.
Like, he's lost a lot of weight.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, I mean, it wasn't in a, like, I was coming on to it. Like, it was like, hey, bro.
I think most people can tell when you're, like, actually coming on to them. You're not like, yo, that dude just complimented me. He looking gay today. Like,
it's like, dang.
look at them chiseled features on the man. Like, no. I don't think that's how men flirt with each other.
I honestly have no idea. Now I'm kind of curious.
Me either. I feel like they just wear one earring in an ear.
That's the symbol.
Yeah, that's how it started. I'm pretty sure that was like how you used to say you're gay back in the day before it was normal. Or you like the original thing was sagging your pants.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, I feel like that was made up.
I don't think that's made up.
Really? I mean,
Pretty
I guess
sure it's
it's
not made up.
access, but like, still,
You're open for business.
$20 an hour.
There's no money in prison.
There's
favors. They got commissary.
Yeah, favor currency.
No, for real, commissary is still currency, like foods and stuff.
Yeah, commissary is such a strange idea. We monetized prison, America, true capitalism.
I mean, we gotta give them an incentive to work
but
hard.
like, real statement here. This is not me being political. This is nothing coming for this.
Swedish prisons. They're nice.
Oh, I was gonna say there's a lot of people these days that are gay, and it makes me wonder if it's like because it's becoming more normalized that people are like testing the water, or it's just like I know. I mean, I'm not saying this to make you feel. I'm like genuinely curious.
I have no idea.
Because it feels like 90% of the people I talk to now are like, I mean, I can do both. Or like,
They sound like that. I mean, I could do. I mean, I would say that definitely probably plays a part. Like,
as an extremely straight man yourself,
yes.
Tell us your opinion.
As 100% straight as I am. That sounded sarcastic. It wasn't.
I know. Funny part. Wesley's had many girlfriends.
All two of them.
All two. One more than me.
Dang right. Loser.
Hey, I had more duration. Yours was like frequency. That could have said so much better.
2 over the course of 5 years.
Versus 1 for 2 years.
I mean, that's like not very frequent though. Is what I'm saying that about me.
Yeah, but
like you
think about it. In like I almost said 16. In the almost 19 years I've been alive, I've had 1. In the 19 years you've been alive, you've had 2. Clearly,
we haven't been alive 19 years yet.
Like that's why I said almost.
Oh,
jeez, stop trying to find flaws in my argument.
That's what I'm best at. That's what I'm best at. Straw man.
That's what I said. Ad
hominem.
Whatever. But anyway. Still went into that.
What were we good?
I don't know.
It's about gay people.
Yeah.
Okay. It was. I definitely think that's part of it. That like it's more accepted, so people are more willing to say it.
Because I mean, I think back to Sparta. You know, the whole gayness.
There was a ton of gay Greeks.
It makes me wonder, because they didn't have religion saying it was wrong as much.
I don't know.
I think it was a lot more accepted. They were just like, hey, it's just homies being homies.
I also think it was like the warriors didn't really care what anybody else thought.
Yeah, I mean, what are they going to do?
Maybe
Fight
they're
them?
like confident people. I don't know.
Well, like I'm thinking when you say Greeks, I'm thinking Spartans specifically, not like Athenians.
I think widespread throughout Greece that there was like a lot of homosexuality.
There was a lot of pedophilia too, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Check my facts on that one.
I don't know.
I'm not a historian.
Oedipus was Greek, wasn't he?
No idea.
I mean, sounds Greek his name. Oedipus.
Yeah, it does.
There was a lot of weird sexual things in
What's
Greece.
sad is the people that say they're gay for attention. Because I've also met those people.
Those people bother me.
And that's really sad.
It's like, bro, if you're saying you're like into men prove it. Data man.
Oh,
What
that's
do
where
you
you're going with that.
I realized what it sounded like.
Bro, kiss me right now.
Bro, if you're gay, no balls.
You won't.
Oh.
Bet. Keep it 100, bro.
Gay 100. Marry a man.
Dude, marry a man right now.
No balls.
Oh, you like books? Name every author.
You won't.
Oh, you like music? Name every song right now.
What's name an artist? You won't. But like, I don't know. That's just one of those things that kind of bothers me.
Gay people?
No. I feel like if I went to campus and like genuinely took a survey, there'd be like a thing where if I did orientation and religion, like I asked the same thing, it'd probably be people, almost everybody who said they were just straight would most likely all of them be like some kind of Christian.
Well, you also got, I think that might be a little skewed because we're in Alabama.
Yeah. Well, no,
So-
that's what, like, I was thinking all the people who said they weren't might be more. Well, that sounds like I'm being. I don't know how to put this because I'm not saying like, oh, Christian people can't be gay. This is not what I mean. I guess I'm just biased.
I'm saying, like, if you ask people here what's their sexual orientation and their religion, that's going to be skewed because we're in Alabama.
Yeah,
Because
but-
we have more.
That's why I was thinking campus though, because there's a lot of like
Maybe
liberal
so.
people
Maybe so.
on campus.
Maybe so.
That's how a lot of colleges are. It's very like liberal-esque.
Yeah.
Which is kind of strange. I've never really understood that, but
Yeah, that's how pretty much every college is, sadly.
yeah, especially liberal art schools.
Gender studies. Do we want to get into Christianity and homosexuality? That discussion?
I mean, as long like yes and no. It depends on which way we take it. What do you mean? Because like, I mean, we could obviously go the route where we talk about how it's condoned and like
Well, you
considered a sin.
when you made the statement, I'm not saying Christians can't be gay. That's what
Okay, yeah,
that point
that's
of
what
discussion.
triggered that because
That's what's made me think.
when I said that, I think you could have those urges.
Yeah,
and that
I mean,
would
it's-
technically qualify you as gay, but you're not acting on it.
Mhm.
Is acting on those feelings making you gay, or is having those feelings making you gay? That's
a debate.
You see what I mean?
If you never have sex with a woman or a man,
So you're telling me all virgins are asexual?
are they though?
You get what I mean? Like, that's why I
Okay.
was saying.
Let's approach this topic carefully.
yeah, that's why I was like, do you want to get into this?
I mean, I'm good with getting into this.
I mean, I'm not scared of
Let's just-
stepping on somebody's
yeah.
gay little toes.
Come on. God. As long as
was a
they're
joke.
tactful enough.
That was a joke.
If we say anything offensive or wrong, it's a joke.
Yeah, we've already had our first hater.
Ever.
Guy in the comments from episode 3 that trash talked has come back.
Yeah, screw that guy.
What was his name?
I don't
even
know.
remember. It
We'll
was-
pull it up later. Screw you.
No, you weren't even important enough. We don't need to know your name.
Yeah, I'm not even going to edit in that name.
Yeah. You're not, or Danny's not.
Danny's not. Okay, so, gay people.
Gay people.
Do we want to start with the discussion of is it the urges that makes you gay?
Sure. I mean, I
I
feel
would
like
s-
that's
I would
an
say-
important. Like,
Yeah, that probably makes you gay. I don't know.
yeah, I think it would.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think a lot more people have that than like to admit, because it's not like, And when I say that, I don't mean
That's
like,
like
a
getting
strong
in-
desire.
That makes me even get into think of like Christian culture and church culture. Like a lot of times people wear a mask and don't want to admit their
Yeah, oh,
wrongs.
yeah.
Even
Always.
even when the Bible blatantly states like, hey, everyone kind of sucks.
Because like, I told you about this before. That other church I went to, right before. I guess I was going there more often before the pandemic shebang happened, right?
Mhm.
And like, I was okay with the gay couple in the church because I mean, if you have, how do I put this? If you have sin in your life, you go to a place to eradicate the sin. I don't care if you're gay and coming to church. I just don't want it expressed.
Glorified.
Glorified is the word I was looking for, not expressed.
Yeah. It's like saying there can't be gay alcoholics
Yeah.
or like
It's
or
like
gay alcoholics,
I was just gonna roll with it
Christian alcoholics.
because to me, like in my eyes, if you're an alcoholic and you're Christian, right? You don't drink at church. You shouldn't. Right?
Yeah, that seems
You
like
know,
a reasonable
I'm
rule. I
saying,
get what
like-
you're saying.
Like, if you were,
I get.
I don't want to step on somebody's toes.
I get what you're saying. I think
You get what I'm saying.
yeah.
That's not the problem. I just want them to get what I'm saying.
I think you're trying to say that everybody is a sinner, and
Yeah.
if you're sinning and you're a Christian, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like being a sinner, everyone is. Like
And in this
no,
case,
there's no
it is blatantly said in the Bible that homosexuality is a sin.
yes,
Yes. Preface that. That's important.
yeah. Every Christian messes up. There's no perfect Christian. There's no
Yeah.
Christian that never messes up, never slips up. The problem would arise when a church starts saying this sin is okay.
Like, to me, when I went to that church and he said out loud, but because there's two things he said, one behind closed doors, one in the open.
Mm-hmm.
In the open, he said, look at these two women. They've been married for 6 years. And he's like, let's congratulate them. And they're like 70, right?
Right.
So they're old. Like they got married later in life, but I think they'd always like dated or been whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Partners without marriage. I forget the term. There's like a unofficial term with it. Like if you lived with a woman for 10 years, you'd be
I have no idea.
common law. Common law marriage is what it's called. Like that, basically. And he said, like, look at this. This is great. Some not
Right.
exactly that, but something along the lines of that. I don't have a problem necessarily with the fact that they're gay. I have a problem with what he said.
Right.
Like if you were like, look at Jerry. He's
Look
an
at
alcoholic.
yeah. Look
He took his first sip again last week. Let's praise him.
at Jimmy. He's disobeying his parents. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's
Everybody claps.
Look at little John over there. He has a addiction to himself. He did it again yesterday.
Look at him. He lied 10 times yesterday. Isn't that great, church?
Yeah, it's like that's what I had a problem.
Doesn't make sense.
'Cause
Doesn't add
then
up.
behind closed doors, like I said this to my dad. I said, I don't want to go here. This feels wrong. You
Yeah.
know, it's like you shouldn't glorify.
This
something
doesn't
like that.
add up.
So my dad wanted to get an answer wanted to hear what the pastor had to say about the situation because he's like my son's just ready to, you know, he feels there's something wrong about it. So do I. So he went up to ask him, and he's like, well, I can't condemn it because then you push people away.
Right. That's
But you also shouldn't glorify it.
that's a huge problem in churches on a grand scale is trying to be a people pleaser. People pleaser.
People pizza. Yeah.
People pizza. A people pleaser. Like that's the reason the whole prosperity gospel is so popular.
Popular, yeah.
Like when people are telling you, "Hey, if you'll donate $1,000 to this church, you're gonna get $10,000." It's like, no, you won't.
What? That's it.
Like statements like that, like
Yeah.
saying if you're a Christian, you're gonna get this glorious life. You're just gonna like be ascending. You're gonna be above the peasants of this world. You're gonna, be, you know, and that's a like not those type of words, but like that attitude is preached in a lot of places.
It's terrible. Like that should
And,
not
like,
be a thing.
And to clear up my personal view on like homosexuality, it's like having that problem, air quotes,
Yeah.
is the same like type of problem as a straight man or a straight woman. It's like if a straight man is married and he
he's looking
sees
at
a
somebody
beautiful
else.
woman, his like take away the morals of him being a Christian, he's gonna want that woman.
Yeah.
And like even Paul says it's better to not get married at all. It's better to commit yourself to God, but because it literally says like because you can't control yourself, you might as well get married.
Yeah.
And like I know it's like that's a tough thing for me to say, and I realize that like that's a big thing. Like, hey, if you're gay, you just gotta not do anything
'Cause, like,
about it. Like that's
if you told me that,
I
you know.
get that. That's like, how can you say that? But like, that's not me. Like, if I see a gay person, I'm not gonna go up to them and be like, "You sinner, you
Stay away."
wretch."
Yeah, like,
you
no.
know, like you are a terrible person. Like, because no Christian should be doing that for any sin. Like how I was saying earlier, like. I'm not better than a gay person,
Yeah,
or
no.
any Christian is not better than a gay person or a lost person
I
or
don't
an
necessarily
atheist.
think a gay person will go to hell.
Oh,
Personally.
no, not at all.
Like just you being gay, there's like no reason that would send you there.
Oh, no, not at all. Like if there's someone who's gay and they have that attraction, I'm not getting into the discussion of they're born with it or not.
Yeah, then that's
Because honestly, my opinion doesn't change.
Yeah.
Even if they are born with it, I mean, I get that it's like, how can you say that? But like, that's just a problem.
Yeah.
Load that they have to bear. You
And
know.
like, even let's say we do go with the they're born this way discussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know, like we were talking about this earlier today when we were walking to the gas station. I personally, I would argue I've been born with this problem where I lie, like habitually. You know, I have to cover my butt.
And a lot of people have that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Not cover my butt. It makes it.
People.
Point-
Yeah. Like.
Point being, that is my problem I have.
Yeah.
And it leads to me having to seek redemption for it.
Yeah.
So it's like, sure, I could just fully commit to this error or like the problem I have and just let it be.
There's a difference in trying to realizing your problem and trying to work with it and saying
It's
this
fine.
problem is okay.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, oh, it's fine to lie all the time.
Because you could, there are reasonably people that are pathological liars and go around saying, oh, like, well, I'm a pathological liar, so like you can't tell me that I'm wrong, like that this is wrong.
Yeah.
Like people could say that, you know, but does that help their life situation?
No.
And the tense, and then bringing this back into the discussion we have previously, it's like someone who's homosexual and wanting to be a Christian, or someone who's not homosexual, like it really irks me, Christian people especially around here in the South, that would, like, if they saw someone like two men like holding hands and walking around, they would like actively avoid them or like say something to them, like and not say something to along the lines of, hey, you want to go to my church, or like even something like that. They would say like, hey, that's disgusting. Like people would say that kind of stuff, and like, but then you take that and flip it, and if any Christian in any church saw an alcoholic walking around drunk, they probably wouldn't think twice, you know.
Yeah.
Or they saw someone cheating on their wife. I don't like. They saw Bob down the street who they knew was married with another girl. They'd probably be
like, oh my gosh, but they wouldn't be as disgusted.
Right. They treat it like they forget how the Bible says that there's one judge. Like, like there's no. The only time you should be pointing out someone's flaws is with like you're good friends with them and they say, hey, I want to better myself. Let's do this together. Your job is not to tell people when they're wrong.
It's something kind of strange. Is this actually? It didn't necessarily help me, but like in hindsight, it definitely did. Like Steven, fake name, and it's a she. If that gives you a reference to who this is, she's gay, right? You know, she's not Christian like we are. She's Mormon. Not that that particularly matters in the situation,
Right.
but like she's just as much of a Christian as we are. She's a good person. She goes, heck, I'd argue she's a little bit not more faithful than we are, but you know, it's a little bit more strict than
Mormonism, serious
strict
business.
beliefs,
Right,
you know?
right.
And it's like, you know, they meet every day before school, everything like that.
Right.
I wouldn't consider her any less of a believer in what she thinks than I am, even though
Absolutely.
it's considered like an error or like a foul or
Right. Like, so the way I think about stuff like that is like, as a Christian, like I said earlier, there's one judge. So when someone becomes a Christian, let's say they're gay or they are alcoholic or they have this vice, you know, like everyone has their vice. They have a classic sin that's like, man, this sin is the one that just keeps getting me. Pretty much everyone has one of those.
Oh, always.
So let's say this person becomes a Christian. Honestly, it says in Christ you are a new creation, and the blood covers all your sin. Like once you're a Christian, like you're good, man. Yeah. But that doesn't mean you have a past to sin. But what that does mean is a lot of stuff will change, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be perfect Wesley by the time I get saved. That means that like I just got to keep working. But as you get closer to God, that like what you need to change in your life is like you're in his business. Like it's not my job to be like, and you need to fix this, and this.
When you got stuff to work on your own self.
Because like, and what I interpret from what you're saying is like a ton of Christians will die with sin in their life, but that doesn't mean they're not a Christian.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Because that makes me beg the question, like, let's say, for example, the old couple I was talking about in the church, right? They've probably been together a long time, whatever, and maybe in their case, their vice is their homosexuality in a religious sense, right?
Right.
I don't. How do I put this? Like, just I could care less. Like,
Right.
I'm not. There's
It's
no
not your
reason-
business.
It's not.
Right.
Like,
Your job as a Christian is to love them.
mhm.
You know.
Oh,
be-
they're super nice.
Yeah.
They were some nice old ladies.
Love them. Like, love God. Love people. And
Oh.
do your best to do what the Bible says.
This is where I was going with it. I forgot. Okay, so I was gonna say it begs the question, right? Let's say there's a gay couple, right? And they've been married 10, 20 years, maybe like 40, 50 at this point, right? They start going to church. They start learning all these biblical things. It begs the question, could they technically become fully Christian in the sense if they stay married? Because, like, that's basically knowing you're committing, in this case.
Yeah.
That's strange to think
That's
about.
a very strange question. Like, because I fully believe what I said earlier is like many Christians will die with sin in their life.
Yeah.
But it's almost a whole different ball game when it's like it's not sin in my life that I'm trying to get out. It's like sin that's staying right here.
Yeah, like,
but
it is blatantly there. But at the same time,
Christian walk is you trying to get closer to God, loving people, and trying your best to do what the Bible says. And I don't understand how people do it. But some people read the Bible and they go, well, this is not talking about what I'm doing. Which really is
that's human nature,
a defense mechanism we all do. But, like, just because, like, I don't want to make it sound like I'm like
holier now. Yeah.
preaching at those people. But, like, just because they read the Bible and they don't see that what they're doing is wrong, doesn't mean they're not a Christian. But it definitely is weird.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's pretty blatant.
Yeah, because, I mean, man should not sleep with man.
Yeah.
Which begs the other question. If you take that in a literal sense, like literal to the bone, could they, those two that have been married,
could they stay married and not
be celibate?
And be celibate and married?
Because if there are people that take the Bible cut and dry, literal, no external leadings. Because in that case, technically there is no sin, is the weird part, but they're still their partner.
There's no sin in being married, you mean?
In that case, yes.
Right.
Because, like, think about it this way. If we take the Bible cut and dry, as we do now, or hypothetically, it says, do not sleep with a woman outside of marriage. Not literal, but, So, if we're speaking that cut and dry, the two of them being married, doing literally anything but actual sex itself, how is that any different than boyfriend, girlfriend, or engaged couple? You know what I mean? It's like, it's strange to think about. There's like all these little gray areas that we have to consider if we take things literally.
Yeah, and I mean, that kind of makes me just think of the human nature of like wanting to toe the line and wanting to push the boundaries of sin and being like, how close can I get before like I'm really sinning? That's just human nature. But I mean, it's an interesting question, but I feel like if you're asking that, like, not what you said, not the hypothetical, but like if you're asking that question, being like, it's okay, that's usually the path of destruction. Not just in this sense, but like if you got a
I'll just try meth once.
Yeah, or like guys, pretty much all of them are lustful, us included. Like it's like, oh, I'll just look at this stuff a little bit, Like that never works.
No.
Any sense or a raging alcoholic, I'll just have one drink. That never works.
It's the worst. That's a yawn.
We just had a mini sermon in this podcast.
I mean, we kind of did. I mean, I was okay with it.
I mean, I'm cool with that.
I wonder how somebody who's gay would react to the way we just spoke. Because I don't think we really said anything rude, but we're also biased.
Yeah, we are biased, and feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. I'm not going to delete any comics or anything.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean,
if you want to have a genuine... We're not trying to attack anybody. If you want to have a genuine discussion in the comments, we can do that, or we can talk about it next episode. But
Oh, yeah, of course.
If you're gay, leave a like.
If you're gay, leave a comment.
If you're not gay, like.
We'll tack a comment underneath the video to the Ugandan thing. Why are you gay?
Oh yeah.
It would be like, leave your comment below. Why are you gay? What makes you gay?
Why should I be gay?
Why should I be gay?
We're talking about this interview with this like Ugandan guy.
Yeah, he's a I forget his name. It's like El Paso or something.
It's
like
something,
that.
but
He's like a pastor, and
it's very strange.
yeah, he's leading an interview with a LGBTQ rights activist,
Yeah.
and I don't want to say Uganda, but because I sound racist, because that's the only country I could think of.
I think that's in Uganda.
I think it is though, but like
think
I
it
don't
is
want to be
Uganda.
wrong.
Right.
Point being, the way he talks sounds like some kind of African-esque accent,
Right.
and
Not great English.
yeah, and this I guess man in this case, the LGBT, because they were
Born
saying,
female.
yeah, trans man in this case,
Yeah.
but I guess he, him, let's be progressive in this case, he, him, and they're talking about their wife. And it's the pastor just doesn't understand it, and he's
Like it's not that he is.
he's not being
That
rude.
guy. That guy
He was super sweet.
was like trying to be nice. He like just did not
Yeah.
understand.
He's like, I don't get. Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
But the man, that's being interviewed,
Yeah.
is like, my wife and I get along great. We are celibate. You know, we don't do anything. And the guy, and the interview guy is like, so who's gay?
Yeah.
Who is gay?
To end on a more light note,
Yeah.
do you want to tell the story about your chair?
Oh, my chair. I was sitting in my house the other day I just got done playing a dungeon in World of Warcraft. As nerdy as
Doing
that
a
sounds.
dungeon run.
As dude, I was in the caverns, man, and we were fighting these blood elves, or night elves, or whatever they were. Two completely different factions. I'm a horde player, by the way. We finished the dungeon, and I leaned back in my chair, and then the back just explodes off. Like, I picked up that back piece, Wesley, and you know how there's like a bolt that connects.
bolt?
Like you're supposed to screw in the screw, and it connects to the inside of the bolt, and it's in the piece of wood. It came out of the wood.
Oh wow.
Like, it is gone.
I've seen like horror stories of like, okay, so the chair I'm sitting in now, like, and all office chairs have like the
little spring
hydraulic,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
air high compression or whatever. I've seen horror stories of like those exploding, and that really scares me if I like stop to think about it, because I'm like always in my chair. So if
So
like,
here's the question.
so if it's like going to explode, I'll probably be on it.
Don't sit in the middle of your chair. That way, if it explodes, it doesn't go up anything.
How am I not gonna sit in the middle of my chair?
Just kind of like man spread, so it like shoots in between.
I think I would rather just lean forward or like sit forward.
Yeah, but if you lean forward, then it's just gonna hit you right in the nuts, the nards. Like if
The
you do
middle of
this,
the chair?
like
No, I'm saying like
like that. Oh, that's just weird.
scooting forward.
Yeah, but then it's like if you're trying to keep your back at least in the chair, then you'll kind of like, you know,
No,
you'll hit
just
you in this.
won't have my back on the chair.
Oh, that's how you get back problems.
My back's straight.
Anyway, but yeah, that happened, which was terrifying because but in the moment it wasn't
But,
scary.
That just sounded weird how you said,
Oh.
but like.
In the moment, I wasn't scared. I wasn't terrified. Like, I felt nothing. Like, I just went, wee, and hit the ground. And there was that moment where you just kind of lay on the floor and you're like,
That just happened.
what just happened?
Yeah.
And then I stood up and I just, like, mind-numbingly just, like, picked up the back of the chair and tried to put it back on. And, like, it just wasn't working.
I need a new chair, dude. I want
yeah.
a new chair.
You're just getting kind of a little rough.
I've had this chair, that computer, this keyboard, mouse, monitor.
You don't need new monitor and stuff. This looks fine.
I do want a new monitor though, because I want a new monitor after I get a new graphics card. I want a 1440p monitor once I get a new graphics card.
Of course.
That's not. But I've
You
had
need to
this
play
set up
CS:GO
for
in higher
like.
definition.
It's not for CS:GO. It's just for cool.
Just for cool factor.
Yeah. Well, just for other games really.
Hmm.
But I've had this
Horizon.
set up for like 4 years.
Nice.
I think so, because
That's where you first started getting into the Counter-Strike game. No, it wasn't that long. It was 10th grade. 'Cause you
that'd
got
be
it-
4 years. 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then yeah. Sorry, I still used
So
to...
like 3 or 3 to 5 years.
Something like that, because I
Yeah.
remembered you talking about you got it Cyber Monday, and you were like super excited. Like, I'm building my PC from Cyber Monday sales. And you're like, my parents
That was all my whole Christmas was like this computer. That's it.
Well, yeah, because you got everything
yeah.
for cheap.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, cheaper.
yeah, cheaper.
It was still, like I said, all my Christmas, which I blessed Pepe. Not saying that was bad. That was
awesome.
that was awesome. It was the best.
That was before I
I've
had a
recently
job.
started upgrading that PC. I added new 2 terabyte hard drive and a 500 gigabyte SSD and 8 more gigs of RAM.
Dude, I have a 2 terabyte hard drive, and I looked at it like yesterday, and like 1 terabyte was used, and I was like, how did that happen?
But now I want to get a new power supply, a new graphics card, new monitor,
Nice.
and a new chair.
What kind of chair you want? You want that? You gonna get a good gaming chair? So your
Dude, I
aim
might
is
get
better?
the PewDiePie chair.
Really?
Really?
Why?
Because
Those are expensive. It's like
I mean, all
150,
all
bro.
these type of chairs, not this one, but like the better ones of these types are similar price.
I feel like I wouldn't want armrest. I feel like they get in my way. I know you can like lean them up, but I just wouldn't like having them.
I like having them. They're nice when I'm playing Counter-Strike.
That's fair.
Me and Garrett play a lot of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it's like the only game he'll play with me.
I've played Rainbow Six with you.
Yeah, but if I'm ever
I play
like,
Fall Guys with you.
barely. I'm kidding. Yeah, it's fine. I just thought it was funny to be
You
like,
don't ask to play Rainbow Six anymore.
It's because you don't want to.
I would always say, yeah, I'll play some Rainbow
Dude,
Six.
they released an update today. Like, an overhaul. Called Rainbow Six 2.0, pretty much.
What?
Like, it's not called that, but people were making fun of it. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
when they update a mobile game, and it's, like, very different. They were like, bro, we're changing all the sites.
All of them.
Sites in that game are, like, the major thing, and they just, like, changed all of them. It's like, oh, yeah, everybody who had this really good scope,
Nope.
we're giving people who normally couldn't break hard breach walls, you know, like the reinforced ones. There was like 4 people on attack that could do it. Now there's like 11.
Oh.
Because they're like secondary gadget. Let's make it where this can happen.
Not good.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't played it yet.
Oh.
I just like, why did you destroy my boy, Thatcher?
Look how you've massacred my boy.
Yeah, they destroyed Thatcher. Thermite's not as good. It's just like,
Dang.
yeah, man. They
Can-
added freaking Sam Fisher,
Is that the
Splinter Cell
yeah.
guy. And he's like, good.
Can Ash break?
I don't know if she has that. I think it's like Montaigne, Nook, those kind of people. By the way, I think it's Nook. It's like N0 with a cross through it.
Oh, yeah.
KK. KK.
If you play video games, leave a like.
Yeah. If you don't play video games, leave a like.
Yeah.
If your name, and
Is
I'm
video
referring to
game.
you,
You in the black
Juliet,
shirt.
person who knows I'm directly talking to them,
Leave a like.
leave a like. I know you're probably cleaning your room while you're listening to this. Leave a like.
Does she listen to this?
Sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of
Hey,
neat.
Juliet.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking to.
Long time no talk.
You remember what happened.
The bite of 86.
Those 2 years ended in you listening to a podcast. Keep cleaning your room.
Look what has become of this.
I'm successful now.
Look at I've made it.
Look what you're missing.
I've peaked.
This is clearly a joke. I'm sorry.
What fake name should I use?
For the double name girl.
Yeah.
Let's see. Barbara Kate. No.
Frank.
Mango
Frank
Lime.
the woman.
No.
Frank the woman.
When you say Frank, all you think is, how's it going, dudes?
Frank the woman. Wait, Frank was. We used fake names for her parents.
Oh yeah,
I've told
Frank
you-
and
I've told you
Marge.
that. No, it's Frank and Barb.
Barb, my bad.
Yeah, we called her parent, and I don't think she ever knew.
Surely she did.
No, it was just me and my dad that did that.
Yeah, but like, didn't her
It
dad
wa-
get yelled at for drinking Mountain Dew or something?
No, oh no, dude, this is what happened. I'm still agitated about this. Okay, so
Frank.
me and I went to visit Frank while
Maybe
she
you
was
shouldn't have a
camping.
man's name because it makes it sound like you're gay.
Yeah.
And we just had a whole
Oh yeah,
discussion.
that's a good point.
Frankie,
Uh,
Franklin.
That's still just a guy's name.
Yeah, but I was thinking Franklyn, like feminine Franklin.
Is there a feminine Franklin? Please introduce me to feminine Franklin.
Tori.
Feminine Franklin is just fun to say.
Just say Tori.
Tori.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tori's a
It's a good name.
Tori's
Solid
a nice
name.
girl name.
I don't know anyone named Tori.
Yeah, but I mean like victorious.
Victoria. Okay, so I went to visit Tori while she was camping because both our families are still into camping. Are still into camping, and so I went to hang out at this campsite with Tori and her family, and they're like yelling at their dad Frank.
So his name's Frank now.
Well, that's what we always called him.
Yeah,
we used a fake name in real life because normal people do that.
Yeah, of course. Well,
but Frank was drinking RC Cola, and Frank and his wife Barb and Tori were like getting on his case about like how he shouldn't be drinking that much RC Cola, and he was like, my doctor said it was okay. And you know what? I fought for Frank. I was like, yeah, leave that man alone. Like, he's his own man. Like, I was being funny, of course, because I'm extremely funny.
Oh, so funny.
And like I was fighting for Frank, and then like 30 minutes later, I get me a Mountain Dew, and and like the whole family, Frank included, is like, you're drinking that? And I'm like, what do you mean?
Frank.
And it's like, that stuff is bad. It'll rot your teeth. Haven't you seen the scientific studies? And I'm like, I thought we were boys, Frank. I didn't say I thought we were boys.
BOIZ. I thought we were
but
boys.
I was like, I just fought for you, and you're attacking me right now.
Frank, you suck.
How could you do this to
Frank,
me?
you're like 67 and a dad.
Yeah, I felt betrayed. Like, you're a dad who looks like a granddad.
That's so mean. It's so true. Did I tell you, like, I went to a roller skating party with our Tori when we were in, like, 4th grade. I was like, hey, I think your granddad's here to pick you up. She's like, that's my dad.
True story.
Oh, it was some... He's old.
He's very old.
She was an accident, I think.
I think so, too.
I think she told me that. I'm so sorry if you're not. Like, I think you told me that, Tori, if you're listening to this.
Great person.
Yeah, you're great.
Or at least in this context.
Yeah. It's okay. Tori, sometimes for accidents it happens.
Happy accidents, Bob Ross.
Yeah, you're your dad's favorite daughter, even though your actual sister was a substitute teacher for some of our classes.
It's a pretty big age difference, which my dad and his siblings, which he just has a bunch of siblings, but like there was like tiers. Like, he didn't see his older brother, who is 60-something, till he was like 13 because he had been in the military.
Oh,
it was like, can you imagine being a 13-year-old? It's like, oh, here's your brother.
I mean, that's usually how it happens, but it's usually your younger brother, not your older.
Nope, it was because he has like 6 siblings.
Yeah, your dad is he's one of many.
And they all have extremely short names.
Mike.
None. There's no Mike.
Oh. John.
No John.
What are the short names? Don.
Go Fish.
Dan. Don.
No Don.
Jim.
No Jim.
What do you mean short names? I'm throwing that all.
Can I say all their names?
No. Probably shouldn't.
All right.
Probably shouldn't. We don't want to dox
Do we want to rate Mountain Dew flavors?
That was just kind of a throwaway topic. Like, voltage is number 1 for me.
I like experimenting with other ones. Like, I like occasionally going Code Red. I remember back when the Mountain Dew Whiteout contest was going, and there was like those 3. The like tropical one that was red, that one was like total banger, but they never brought it back.
Yeah.
But like Code Red, Game Fuel, I like Voltage, but I always go back to Classic.
I think I'm a Voltage Baja Blast than regular.
Baja Blast is good.
Yeah.
If there's any new flavor, I always try it.
Yeah. I didn't like Liberty Brew.
It's all right. It's like
blue, white, and red mixed together.
It tastes like the 3 flavors mixed red.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Together.
I shouldn't be able to go like it was like.
It tastes like a suicide.
Yeah, it's like the everlasting gobstopper effect, where like the flavor keeps changing. Like you sip it, you're like blue, and then it's like ooh white, ooh red. What just happened?
America.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
America in your mouth.
Man, this tastes like an eagle.
They just put America in your mouth.
Ew. Just America right in my mouth. Like no.
I just America.
He had some post-America clarity.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
if
Drop a
country
like if you get that reference.
if countries were verbs, that's what America would be.
America would be the one to just drop a fat America and then just leave. Be like, oh, you got oil?
Oil.
Russia would be like, I'm gonna spread all this Russia around.
I thought they were gonna be different verbs.
That's a verb.
No, but like not the same verb.
America is like a action, right? But like, I feel like Russia would just be somebody who like gives too many gifts. So they're rushing. I'm trying to figure. I'm not trying to say rushing. Like, I don't know. How
Russian.
Russian, yeah.
What?
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this. It just fell flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel like we got a good.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like we're good. It's also like 1:40 in the morning.
I don't know what I'm gonna title this episode.
I don't know if you can title this episode. It's literally we literally started recording this at 12:10.
Mm-hmm. What should the title be like?
Religious ramblings. Gay.
Why are you gay? The episode.
Why are you gay?
Quarantine and gay people.
Corn gays.
Quarantine is gay.
Like GAE, not GAY. Quarantine is gay. Why are you gay?
Nah, I don't want to title it. Quarantine is gay. Just be quarantine, comma,
Gay?
gay.
But
Question mark.
Yeah,
Question
but
mark.
like, gay?
Gay.
Gay, comma, quarantine? There you go. Alphabetical order. It gets more views.
Ah.
Yeah. I don't know what.
And we could be the thumbnail like, oh,
Revealed. Shocking news.
who is gay?
Who is...
Why should
one
I
of
be
these
gay?
two is gay. Why are you gay?
All right. Do the outro.
All right. Please leave a message after the gay. Gay.